So, this is my last video. I'm going to try and go through all the rest of the stories that I have to tell you. I apologise for rushing through my other videos, but there was a lot to say and I wouldn't want to miss anything out because it was all so awesome. As you can probably tell, my favourite two new words are awesome and cool, and both can be made better by the use of the word ness, as in awesomeness and coolness. Super awesome coolness, yeah. So, on the Saturday night, we went to the prom party. There'd been the auction on Saturday as well, but I was really tired. I went back to the hotel room and had like a little sleep while the auction was on. And Lindy and Emma won. Well, Lindy bid for the guest meal, to go out for a meal with the guests, and she took Emma with her, and that was just, she was so happy and she loved it. Lindy's short-sighted, and she forgot to take her magnifying glass so that she could read the menu. So Peter Facinelli, being a complete gentleman, read the menu to her, and then when the food came, he was like, do you need the salt, do you need the bread, anything like that, and he was helping her, and then he put his arm around her as well, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet, he's such a gentleman. Anyway, so we went to the prom party for a little while, but we didn't stay for very long. I was there long enough. I went in, I sat in the foyer because I was really cold. And this girl came in and she was shaking, and she was wearing this really beautiful long black dress. Now, I'd missed the auction, so I didn't know what had been bid on. She came in, I was like, hi, are you alright? And she was really, really nervous, and she was like, I won the dance with Peter. I was like, what? So she told me that one of the auction items had been a dance with Peter in the prom room, because it was the Saturday night party was a prom party. So she'd paid something like £300 for this dance with Peter, and she was the nicest girl. Anyway, she said, well, he's gonna come and meet me here in a minute. I'm like, well, I'm sitting right here and he's gonna come in right here. I'm like, I need to move because I look a steak, because I was really embarrassed. I was wearing a dress and I didn't like it, and I felt really kind of, you know, when you feel self-conscious. So anyway, he came in and he took her away, and they went for their dance, and they played Flightless Bird, American Mouth, and they had their first dance, and they had, in the prom room, they had the fairy light gazebo from the movie, and they danced under that, and there was people all round, and he kind of wrapped her arms around him and put his face to hers. It was really sweet, and he was full of the cold as well. He had the flu, I think, and he still kept going, and that was just awesome. And just, I know he'll probably never see this, but Peter, you were brilliant. Thank you for being such a soldier and just keeping going for all of us who really wanted to see you and get to meet you, and you were awesome. Thank you. And we and Courtney went home about 11:30. We were totally exhausted. Anyway, on the Sunday we got up and we went back in, and Sunday there was a lot of photo shoots and signatures and things as well, autographs sessions, and the ones that I've already showed you, I got all those as well, and then there was like a load of talks on the Sunday afternoon. So we went in for the talks. Now, we knew that Sunday was the last day, and we were all really sad that it was almost over, but we were determined to make the most of it. So we went in for the talks, and the first talk was, I think the first talk was, God, I can't remember. I actually can't remember now. I can't remember. But there was one of the talks was Peter and Justin and Kellen, also known as Eric and Carlisle and Emmett. And they were doing their talk, and they were being asked questions and things like that, and, you know, having a laugh. And Kellen had kind of made it totally clear from the start of the convention that he was a total flirt. I think he realised that pretty much the only reason that he was there was because all the girls fancied him, and he was happy to play on that, which I think was really good because it made a lot of people's weekend. It was really funny. Anyway, so we're sat there. I missed part of the talk because I'd won. They were auctioning off guest encounters where you got to go in with one of the guests into a room and talk to them with 11 other people for like an hour, for like half an hour. And I paid £20 for a guest encounter with Christian Ceratos, and I got to talk to her. She was awesome. She was really lovely. And I kind of got to have, it's kind of a little bit more private, where you can kind of ask her a question and sort of get a proper answer, you know. And she said that she preferred that to the guest talks, where you can't really address a single person. You sort of have to just, you know, whoever. Anyway, it was amazing. So I missed part of the talks, which I'm sure I wish I hadn't missed, because apparently Kellen took off his shoes and Peter kissed his feet, which I'm a bit disturbed that I missed that. But anyway, so one of the bits that I didn't miss, which I have to tell you about because it was so funny, was Kellen and Peter were sat there, and Kellen was wearing like kind of a jumper over a tight blue top, and he took his jumper off, and there was all these like whistles. He was just, because he was hot, and he just took his jumper off in the chair, and there was all these, and he sort of realised, and he started like peeling his jumper off and being all kind of sexy about it, just playing it up for the fun of it. Peter decided to be a total clown, stood up and undid his zip on his trousers like halfway. You would not believe the scream in that hall. It was so loud my ears actually popped. It was that bad, and he must have known what was going to happen, but it was so funny. And then Callum was like, oh, that's stripper music. How do I know that? It was just so funny. Callum told us all that his favourite song at the moment is Dead and Gone by T.I. and Justin Timberlake, which is just a really good song. That's the song that he's listened to over and over again, so you can all go and download it and be like, oh, I have Callum's song. So, but yeah, it was just, overall the weekend was just the best weekend of my life. I've had such an amazing time. I'm really upset that I'm not going to get to go to the one in October with anything more than a standard ticket, if I'm very lucky. I might not get to go at all. The tickets are selling out fast, and I don't have enough money to buy a gold or a silver ticket. They've sold out, and I don't have enough money to buy a standard ticket until like the end of April, so I don't think I'm going to get a ticket. I don't think I'm going to be able to go. So I want every single one of you that does get a chance to go to have a fantastic time, and I want you all to make the most of it, because it's a really, really good experience and you'll love it. And I don't think I have more words than that for how amazing it is. It's just phenomenal, and I think the guests realise that it really is kind of such a huge experience, and they try and make it more that way. I want to thank the event organisers, who, if I'm not wrong, Mark, Jason, Gemma and Davey, among other people, but those were the people that were introduced at the end, and I just want to say thank you guys. You were all amazing, you were all fantastic, and you made it such an amazing weekend that I'm never going to forget, and I don't think anyone else will ever forget it either. I'm still coming down from the high that it gave me. It was phenomenal, and I just want to say thank you. You were brilliant. So that was it, and I will make more videos about this as I remember more things about it, and yeah, bye.